Hello, hello. So, wanted to talk with you today about finding your feet as the world transforms, because isn't this a profound time of change and transformation and adaptation as a species, as a planet, as a collective consciousness? There is so much taking place right now, and it is intense. Yes, this environment is intense, and there's so many layers of it happening, right? People grieving changes and loss, people getting excited about new connections and reformations. And so there's so many different things and pathways and ways to be navigating at this present time. So in the midst of all of that, it can actually be very disorienting, particularly when it comes to how we find our feet, how we walk our path in this world, specifically in relation to, your time on this planet and how you choose to spend it in your life path direction. So many people have experienced changes in their job, livelihood, career path, and even choices in how to walk the world within the last couple of years. You might have had that total change. Something might have ended for you, something might have been thrown on its head, something might have started for you in that time. And perhaps you've even sat down at some point and questioned, is this actually as important as I think it is, in terms of your path and how you're choosing to walk in the world and what you're spending your time in, where you are focusing your consciousness, right? Is it the best use of your time? Is it the most valuable direction that you can go in, given all of the things that are taking place? Are you using your path wisely? Are you using your time wisely? So a lot of revisioning has been taking place for many people, and restructuring. And so in that disorienting unknown, and of course the greater collective changes, the greater awakening, the world shift that is going on right now is still very much in flux and process, right? There is something very big going on the collective level that has not yet settled. It's like the muck and the muddiness and the sediment hasn't yet settled in what's going on, because the transformation globally is still taking place. So in the midst of all of that and these potentially highly disorienting times, what is it that you can do to help find your feet? Maybe you can even grab your feet right now, your physical feet, because they are helpful in the process. Getting your feet grounded, taking your shoes off and getting grounded is one of the quickest ways to just snap into your groundedness. And beyond that, how can we ground? So here's 3 things that can really assist with finding your feet amidst disorienting times. The first is reorienting. Reorienting, like the compass, that wiggles around a little bit and it finds that point, right? Reorienting towards the world that you want to co-create. When things are changing and in flux, it is an opportunity for us, like the center of the compass, to stand strong, to stand in alignment, to stand in integrity, figure out what that is, so that as the environment shifts, we can find our direction throughout it, right? It wiggles again and we find our way. So we know where our North Star is. We know the direction that we are heading in. And if that has changed, if your direction, if your North Star, your aspiration, your soul's calling, your fire, if that has shifted in the past couple of years, then fantastic. Because again, we are individual consciousness packets that are connected and intertwined with the collective fabric of consciousness, right? And greater consciousness, that is the isness that is itself. So when the collective consciousness is shifting, it is only natural that we, as a little individual pocket within that, can also and may also shift, right, as things move around us. So reorienting towards the world that you want to co-create. You also might vision and see things differently now than how you did a couple of years ago. Again, So much has shifted in these times. Things that may have been really important to you might not matter so much anymore, or maybe things have been brought to your awareness that never before are important now. I know people who are talking politics now, and it's never been part of their caring or awareness before. And all of a sudden, they're really deeply embedded in political matters, in matters of freedom, in matters of consciousness, in matters of spiritual awakening and liberation. There are things going on right now that are shaking people to their core, and in very, very, profound ways. So it's okay to shift and reorient and find yourself now. Where are you now amidst everything going on, right? Do not use the everything to be the center of where you are, but connecting into you, yourself, to reorient in the changes. Reconnecting, here's the second one, reconnecting with your innate and emergent gifts and talents. As things shift, as things continue to shift, you will continually be invited in this lifetime to step into what it is that you can contribute and how you can serve on this planet, right? So at the core of that are your gifts, your talents, what you can do, how you can contribute. And again, in this situation where a lot is in flux, you might find that the expression of your gifts and talents is not what it was previously, right? We've been potentially shifting out of a comfortable groove and invited into using our gifts and service in a new way. So what does that look like for you? So if you are questioning that, one way you can figure out, where is my place in all of this right now? How do I be of service? How can I connect and share with what is going on and step up and be part of this collective co-creation? Is to reconnect with your gifts, with your innate talents. And of course, I would love to help you do that. You can send me a message if you want to dive deeper in how to do that within my coaching group and course. But it is to reconnect with your gifts, because therein you find your flow, you find your joy, you find what comes to you with ease and joy, and you can contribute from that place and that space. And it's what makes life very satisfying. Yes, it can be a truly wonderful space to be in. But what can happen is sometimes we can get locked in. And so if you are in that disoriented time right now, and you know your gifts, or you've connected to your gifts before, but now you feel maybe they need to be shifted and offered in a different way, that is another conversation you can be having with yourself, another part to sit with and observe and experiment, in terms of how you can serve in the current climate. And the third piece I would share is to stand strong in your spiritual core, your core, and to be guided from that place. And again, that matters so much, because in an intense environment where things are shifting and changing, to ground yourself in somebody else's truth or somebody else's path can, at any times really, be a very risky thing to do. Because as much as we want to give ourselves over to another, or fall in line with a narrative or a leadership of some sort, we never know what's behind that story, right? We can never know what's behind, and we can walk eyes wide open down certain pathways. That's a fantastic thing to do. And as we do so, it's a good practice always to stand strong within our own core, to know ourselves, so that as you walk eyes wide open down whatever path of your choosing, you remain open and you remain discerning of what comes in front of you. You have the ability to connect and question, is this true in my understanding? Is this aligned with who I know myself to be and within my own truth? Is this of the greatest benefit? in terms of what I understand that to be in this world at this time, right? These are questions and reflections that come for people who are standing strong in their core as you navigate situations that unfold in front of you. I suspect this global transformation awakening that we are going through is going to carry on and on for some time, and every single one of us will be invited to touch in with these deep questions. Will be invited to have more and more opportunities to stand firm within the core self, to know thyself and to stand strong in that place, so that choices and decisions can be made from that place. Because when we do so, when we know who we are and how we walk the world, we can be of ever more powerful service. So, love to you. I wish you strength, solidarity, and lots of juicy sacredness in these incredibly intense times. Be well, rest when needed, and let me know, as always, how this lands. I love to hear from you.